Now today the government-controlled mainstream media is feverishly promoting Hillary Clinton. Yes, sure, they throw out a few negatives here and there just to give the illusion of being impartial, but on the whole, butter wouldn't melt. Now, I've said it before on End Time Hour, voting Hillary Clinton will open the door to darkness and will significantly advance the agenda for the coming of the man of sin, the Antichrist. Friend, Hillary Clinton is not who she claims to be. She is a fraud, a mirage of the real woman. She engages in evil. That is clear, friends. Just look at her eyes. Look at her body language. Anyone with just an ounce of discernment should be able to tell there's something wrong here. Friends, don't get me wrong here. I don't want to sound unkind. I do pray for Hillary Clinton, and we would do well to continue to pray for her too, in the hopes that she would turn from her ways and turn to Christ Jesus. Now, friends, Obama and Hillary's policies have literally decimated the Middle East. That anti-Russian rhetoric is heading us towards World War III. Their policies empower Islamic extremism, and their militant advancement of the LGBTQ agenda is destroying family life. Hillary says she's for family, but her actions do not line up with what she says. The LGBTQ agenda is destroying traditional family. Hillary also supports the killing of babies up to full term. Friends, you can't be for family or even for humanity either if you can support the evil and barbaric act of murdering a human life by pulling it limb from limb out of the mother's womb. How can a mother be taught to be a mother when the state advocates such wicked things? And how can it send those to prison who murder children and babies in cold blood? How can those who advocate the genocide of these defenceless and beautiful children and then judge other nations for crimes against humanity? Friends, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Those who do this are hypocrites of the highest order. But doesn't all this serve to show how deceived the nations actually are? How deceived the peoples of the earth actually are? Doesn't this serve to show how the nations will follow the Antichrist? The Antichrist will be for all these things and more. And let's make no mistake, friends, Hillary Clinton's beliefs are Antichrist. Clinton said, when talking of abortion, deep-seated cultural codes, religious beliefs and structural biases have to be changed. Did you hear that? Christians must be forced to change their religious views to accommodate abortions. That, my friends, is Antichrist teaching right there. Friends, it shouldn't surprise us to also learn that according to her husband, Bill, Hillary Clinton engages in necromancy, an activity the Bible specifically warns against doing because it is a detestable practice. Deuteronomy 18 doesn't beat around the bush. It says, "There shall not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughter pass through the fire, one who uses divination, one who practices witchcraft, or one who interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or one who casts a spell, or a medium, or a spiritist, or one who calls up the dead. For whoever does these things is detestable to the Lord." Friends, necromancy is conversing with demons who masquerade as the spirits of the dead. According to her husband Bill, Hillary believes she has communicated with the wife of President Roosevelt, Eleanor Roosevelt, and other reports say she also believes she has contacted Gandhi too. Now, in his remarks, the former president said his wife was known to commune with Eleanor Roosevelt, who died in November 1962, and that Roosevelt gave Hillary a message for Bill to tell a gathering at a dedication ceremony for the Franklin D. Roosevelt Four Freedoms Park in 2012. He said, "As all of you famously learned when I served as president, my wife, now the Secretary of State, was known to commune with Eleanor on a regular basis," he continued. "And so she called me last night on her way home from Peru to remind me to say that Eleanor had talked to her and reminded her that I should say that." Friends, it's not possible to communicate with dead people. That's why it is strictly forbidden in the Bible. It's communicating with demons, and this activity only leads to demonic possession and control by those demons. Maybe that's why Hillary suffers from seizures. Who knows? But friends, think about it. Would you want a woman in one of the most powerful positions in the world, the one who in 4 minutes could launch nuclear weapons, to be the one who engages with demons? Demons who want nothing more than to wreak havoc upon the earth by eliminating millions through nuclear war. Friends, that's how Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened, hatched in darkness at Bohemian Grove of all places, where the global elite bow down to a stone owl. Yes, I know it sounds like make-believe, friends, and I wish it was, but do the research and you'll see that it's all true. Friends, the Antichrist will likely be into necromancy and a whole load of other satanic practices too. Why do you think Hitler and the Nazis killed all those Jews? It was a spiritual act of wickedness committed by those who engaged with the dark forces of hell itself. Hitler had a replica of the seat of Satan made that is talked of in the book of Revelation, chapter 2. The seat of Satan, or the Pergamum altar, as it's also known, was a place of ritual murder for those who refused to acknowledge the Roman emperor. From this replicated place, Hitler delivered his final solution speech, the systematic extermination of the Jews in the Holocaust. Mark my words, friends, just as the Jews suffered so terribly in the Holocaust, so too will the Christian community. They are already building the death camps along with railroads. Friends, the slogan, "Never Again," puts us into a false sense of security. Friends, it shouldn't surprise us that those who have a lust for global control engage with the demonic. It's the only way to obtain global control of the planet. Do you remember when Jesus was tempted in the desert? Satan said, "All this I will give you," referring to global control, "if only you bow down and serve me." Those who want global control become the pawns of Satan.